Atma Namaskaram, Siddha Vedam, the Moksha Sutram in English, Chapter 13, Part 1.
Swamiji, you have said that Deham is Vayu and it is from this that all the other things originate. But it is said that Deham is Annamaya Kosam and hence it will be alive only if it takes in Annam and it must be nourished with Annam. As it is so, if we consider that Vayu is Deham, is it necessary for it to take in the Annam and to be made nourished, that is, to be fattened with Annam?
What do you understand by the expression Annam?
Whatever that we take in, especially the food that we eat.
Is it possible to be alive by eating and drinking these things?
It is possible.
But hitherto has not anybody become dead in this world?
Yes, many have died.
Why is it so? You say if Annam is taken in alone, we will be alive. If so, are those who have died person who had not taken in the Annam which you told about?
They were all those who had taken in the Annam.
How is it? You have said that only if we take in Annam we will be alive and that the Deham is nourished with Annam. Had they done like that, why did they die?
Because their life period diminished.
It is very wrong to say that they died since their life period diminished. The truth is that the people in the world don't take in the Annam. There is no doubt in saying that people will be alive only by Annam. But we do not recognize that Annam. Annam means asanam. Asanam means to do ayanam of prana, which is the asu. Ayanam means to prevent, that is, without leaving within the outside the prana within us, but to take it up directly through our inner path up to Brahmarandram. That prana is Vayu, the Jiva Sakti. If the Jiva gets out, there is the dead body. Is it possible for dead body to take in anything?
No,
What is the reason?
because there was no asanam of Vayu, the energy of life.
Besides, suppose we do not take in any food for about 7 or 8 days, will Jiva be lost?
No,
Also, if we do not drink water for thirst for 1 day fully, will we die?
no,
But what will happen if Vayu is not in us for 1 minute?
we will die.
So, what is that subsist as sustenance to us?
Vayu.
That is the Annam. Only when there is that Annam, the Vayu, it will be possible to get Asanam, that is, to burn, and to get Pachanam, that is, to boil over, and to get Dehanam, that is, to burn and boil inwardly, and to take in, that is, to eat. An example for this is one dead body cannot do anything of the above said. Therefore, what is it that gets asanam, gets pachanam, gets dehanam, and is taken in?
Vayu.
That is why it is said as Annamayam, as that nourished by Annam, that originated out of that Annamayam is Chaitanyam, and that originated due to that Chaitanyam or Tejas is the world. So, the world we see is the Chaitanyam of what?
It is the Chaitanyam of Vayu.
So, it is Vayu, the Jiva Sakti, that is the Annam. It is only by consuming this Vayu that we could live. That is why it is said that Deham is what nourished with Annam. So, we must fill up fully that Vayu, the Annam. If we do that, we will not die.
I have been convinced that this Vayu is Deham, which is the real self, and that originate from this self is the world we see. But pray tell me clearly, how is it that such a big world originates from such a small being like us?
I shall tell how such a huge world we see has originated from such a small being like us. From a very small seed grows the very big tree. The state of us and the world is like this only. That is, like this. In the world, the tree which lies spread very, very largely is the banyan tree. Its fruits are very small, and the seed in that fruits are even smaller than the atom, that is, as much the size as that of one fourth of a mustard seed. It is from such small seed that such a big tree grows up. If there is no such seed, there will not be that tree. That tree, which is so big, contains in it seeds which are very small like atoms. Seeds are contained within the fruit. The tree sprouts as a shoot from the kernel within the seed, comes out of the shell in which the kernel contains and grows and spreads over. After that, neither the kernel nor the shell is seen. In the same manner itself, the kernel that contained in the seed is Jiva, the tree which sprouts from the kernel is mind, and the shell in which the kernel contains is the Ahamkara. The mental tree sprouts from the kernel of Jiva and spreads out through the outer shell, the Ahamkara. It is called as seed only so long as the kernel of Jiva is encased in the outer shell, the Ahamkara. Such kind of seed is in the fruit of body, just like the seed of the banyan tree was in the fruit. But since the tree of mind sprouts out of the above said seed and spreads out, the seed is not seen. What is seen in this body after the seed of Jiva is lost away from the fruit of the body, the tree of mind will not sprout from this body. It is because there is no seed of Jiva. How is it is, if the seed is taken away from the fruit of the banyan tree, the shell wherein the seed contained does not sprout. Just as the banyan tree bears the fruit, likewise the tree of mind also bears the fruit. That is, it is at the center of two leaves of the banyan tree that it blossoms and produces the fruit. This fruit matures and ripens, falls down on the earth, sprouts again, and becomes the tree, bears the fruit ripens and falls down in the above said manner, and thus innumerable trees are originating. But all the blossoms do not bring forth fruit. About 7 to 8 of those blossoms perish away in various ways. Only the rest bear the fruit. Even all of these fruit do not get the chance to mature and ripen. They also perish in various ways. It is in this manner that conception takes place. It is like this. It is in twin numbers that the leaves shoot on the branches, twigs, etc. of the banyan tree. It is at the center of these leaves that buds sprout. It is like this. The leaves have a sap of reddish color. The tree also has a whitish milk originally. When the leaves open by way of vayu out of the stem from which the leaves grow, the whitish milk falls in the reddish sap and mixes with that sap and gets into buds. It is this that blossoms and becomes fruit. Just like this also, the tree of mind copulates at the center of two leaves. When the sap of blood secretes from those leaves by way of Vayu, and from the tree of mind the milk of Suklam falls in the shape of egg, and that being mixed together with sap of blood becomes into conception. The fruit, thus having conceived, grows day by day, matures, and ripens, and falls in the ground after 9 or 10 months. If this offspring of fruit does not contain the seed of Jiva, it is buried. If it contains the seed of Jiva, it is preserved very carefully, and gradually the tree of mind sprouts and grows up day by day, becomes big step by step. Due to the blossoming of copulation, it is springing up increasingly. But neither all the copulations get into conception, nor all the conceptions mature, ripen, and give birth to offspring. Besides, we see the blossoms blossoming in the banyan tree. If we observe by putting some marks on those blossoms, we can understand that the fruits produced are from such and such blossom. But it is impossible either to find the blossom of the tree of mind or to say that this offspring has come out from such and such blossom. Just as the flower of the tree of mind is not seen, but the fruit is produced, likewise, there is one tree wherein the flowers are not seen, but the fruits are produced. That is the fig tree. The flowers of fig tree could not be seen. It blossoms in darkness, and within a short time brings forth the fruit. When it is looked at daytime, it seems as if the fruits are produced. It cannot be said that it blossomed at such and such time. But if there is no darkness, this tree does not blossom. In the same manner, the tree of mind, through the ahamkara, the darkness, blossoms within a short time and bears the fruit of conception. If there is no darkness of ahamkara, there will not take place the copulation. So, since the tree of mind blossoms in the darkness of ahamkara, it becomes impossible to say that it is the fruit of such blossom. But if one banyan tree is destroyed, it is impossible to calculate how many trees will be lost due to that. Similarly, if the tree of mind is destroyed, it is also impossible to calculate how many trees of mind will be lost due to that. The tree of mind, thus existing, is called the samsara vriksha. This samsara vriksha blossoms, produces the fruit which matures, ripens, falls on the earth, and sprouts, and thus, as aforesaid, it forms and destroys continuously. But the seed of the very big banyan tree is very, very small. Likewise, the seed of the tree of mind is also very small. But just as the most vastly grown and spread Vadavriksha or banyan tree grows up, likewise the samsara vriksha, the mind, sprouts from us and spreads out as Sakti. The Vadavriksha thus lies spread out is the world we see. It is at the foot of such Vadavriksha that the Guru, being the Dakshinamurti, rests. Thank you. Atma Namaskaram. End of chapter 13, part 1. For those who are willing to get initiation of Siddha Vidya, please contact our Chennai Siddha Vidya Nilayam Trust Head Office at Tamil Nadu, India. The address details are Chennai Siddha Vidya Nilayam Trust, 69 Sivaprakasam Road, Sivanandapuram, Vadamadurai, via Periyapalayam. Postcode 601102. Contact phone number +91 9790 600015. Atma Namaskaram.